What's good, Capital Extra Breakfast? It's Robert Bruce and Shayna Marie kickstarting your Friday the right way. And throughout the month of October, we are making sure we celebrate our Black History Month champions.
Shining a little light on our modern day legends who always throughout October, throughout the year, throughout time, deserve their flowers. Right now, we are joined in the studio by someone who is pretty impressive.
A very successful man in the business world, winner of the very first series of The Apprentice.
A trusted UK government advisor, entrepreneur and advocate for social mobility.
Also appointed to the MBE since 2012 for his service to enterprise and culture.
And making sure the kids in our lives get the head start that they need.
Joining us for the first time, it's the one and only Tim Campbell, everybody!
I love that. Listen, you don't got to come to my house every morning. This is the energy I need. What?
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm so good, so good. Thank you so much for having me. And apologies for my mum sending in my resume. You have to read it out there, right?
Right, now we want to chat to you about loads of things today, but let's talk about 20 years since you won The Apprentice for the first time. When you look back at that, first of all, what was life saying before The Apprentice?
I'm an East London boy, right? So don't boo or sort of throw anything at me. But I grew up in East London in a very interesting single-parent household. So before The Apprentice, it was just normal stuff. Mum telling me to go to school, get my qualifications, go and get a job. I remember thinking I had to do something, and serendipity works in mysterious ways. God blessed me with an opportunity. More so, he blessed me with a woman who gave me an opportunity. My wife, who was then my girlfriend, told me about the opportunity of The Apprentice, and I applied on the final day before it was in, and the rest is history.
What happened from the winning moment and onwards? What was life like after?
Geez, so I was blown away by the feedback from within the community. I didn't realise how important it was to have representation on screens, because I was lucky. I was surrounded by my mum, who worked diligently in a number of different jobs. So work ethic was always in us from a very young age. But coming out of the other side, hearing people say it was so good to see you win something on screen really blew me away.
We saw the aftermath of it afterwards as well. We got it in songs from one of our very own.
Ashley himself.
Yeah, we heard this in Black Boys.
That's why I feel bomb inside when I see a black man like Tim Campbell can win The Apprentice.
Everyone was really proud. So
Listen,
you're
do you know
right.
how that song has gassed me up in front of my children? I'm like a legend. They played the song and it's like, yeah, that's my dad. That's nuts.
That's so sweet. Did you have any black champions or representation that you looked up to?
Growing up in my household, my mum was the biggest champion of us as black young children, right? So we were surrounded by things like the big encyclopedia books in our house. You remember those? Like you couldn't leave it out. It was all in a line, purple things on our side. But she made us read them, and in them we found images of individuals who looked like us. Also, we read Anansi stories, so we had all the stories from the Jamaican background. And God prayers for everyone in Jamaica at the moment, right? But essentially, the big things I saw were people like Sir Trevor MacDonald, people like Baroness Scotland, who was out there in terms of doing great stuff. So when I heard people say there was no role models, it really frustrated me because there was. And if you could find out when a celebrity had a new baby or a new artist, you could do some more due diligence and find other role models. They did exist. They may have been harder to find, but I never wanted to disrespect the legacies of lots of people who had championed black excellence before I came along, and we just had to do more to show it. It was just on a mainstream BBC television show, I got the opportunity to do my bit.
You have devoted a lot of your career to helping young people succeed, Tim. Where does that passion come from? Where does that purpose and that drive come from for you?
Yeah, I'm really lucky that I've been able to set up a foundation called Bright Ideas Trust that invests in young startup business, work with, obviously, Go Henry and the Go Big campaign around supporting the next generation of entrepreneurs through their competition. I cannot forget that I am always going to be that boy from East London who didn't know what tomorrow looked like, but just work hard to put myself in a better situation. And there's tons of people that could have done what I did on the show, but just didn't get the opportunity. So I think that there isn't an issue around does talent exist or not. I think that's a moot argument. There is definitely lots of talent. What isn't equal or spread out evenly is opportunities, right? So there's tons of people who listen to you, who watch you, who would love to be in your position, but they don't know about the opportunities to do it. So when you know there's something that's of interest, you share it out to the masses and you want to spread that out to those people so they can do more. That's exactly the same thing for me. I'm very fortunate, and I give God's grace why I'm here today. And therefore, I know I have to make sure that I leave that opportunity for others behind me. Because if I wasn't here, I'd like someone to do that for my children.
You were at the Power List hosting?
Yes,
recently.
yes, for my
What's the
cinema.
Power List for people that haven't heard about it?
So the Power List is a national campaign created by a good friend of mine called Michael Aboda and Yvonne Eno down at Power List, Powerful Media. And it's all about celebrating the 100 most influential black individuals in the UK. What we are focused on is people who have influence on doing good within communities. So it's not just about job titles, about how much money they're making. It's about doing great things within the community. So people like DJ AG Online doing great stuff around bringing talent to the forefront, as well as Afua, who won this year, our number one, who is the Bank of England's CFO. She don't play. She's serious. Such a wonderful woman. And the Power List it's about rebalancing what excellence looks like. Whenever you pick up the Financial Times or read most media, you may not know that these individuals who are of different ethnicities from the continent of Africa and wider have been successful in business. And what we wanted to do with the Power List is create a platform where that normalises what that talent looks like. So no longer will you surprised if you see somebody win a television show. No longer will you be surprised if the first person is promoted into a position of influence, because the magazine demystifies the illusion that black talent doesn't exist for many people, and that's why it's so important.
Well, we've got a few scenarios where we want you to decide whether to save or splurge in the scenarios that we give to you, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll give you a spending scenario and you've got to decide whether it's worth saving the cash or splurging on it.
Okay, so scenario number one. I can't go without my coffee. It costs £4.75 and I buy one every other day. Is it worth splurging or should I be saving?
You matcha lovers, they're going to hate me, right? Listen,
The vanilla with some coconut milk.
You should be saving your money. That's like £80 a month nearly you're spending.
That's quick.
That's like half your coffee intake. Take half of it and continue to enjoy stuff, because I think you've got to enjoy life. But invest the other in the brand of coffee or the branch you're doing. Because if you like it, then you watch the share price. So eventually, that investment will pay for as many coffees as you ever want.
Serious.
Okay,
scenario 2. I've been saving all my 20s and I just got engaged. I'm tempted to spend all the money on a big blowout wedding. Do I save or do I splurge? What do you think?
I give this advice in the best way possible. Save the money. Enough people come to my wedding, eat my food, and I don't see them now. What's happening? What's happening? That's facts, right? So I would have rather gone on a holiday, combined the holiday with the honeymoon and the wedding, so saving there. The right people would have come along. I would have got a nice tan and come back to a reduced amount of debt, right? In addition, starting out relationships on a debt basis, because lots of people do overspend on credit cards or other things, is not the greatest foundation for a relationship. Biggest reason why couples tend to break up is arguments about money. So therefore, if you can save that money and put it towards the deposit for a house, it's much wiser to do.
Scenario number 3. I have 3 different TV streaming subscriptions, but they all have something I want to watch. Should I save or should I splurge?
Definitely save. Read a book. End the subscription. Watch YouTube to get the takes. Save your money and do the stuff. Don't get me wrong. You've got to have some fun. But the reality is that if you're paying for all of these subscriptions and you're not getting anything back apart from gossip, what's the investment? Go and spend some of it on a Udemy course to teach yourself something about the world, earn some money and do something. Fix up.
Okay, scenario number 4. I'm renovating my house, but tradespeople are very, very expensive. Should I DIY by skirting boards or spend the money on the help?
I'm not allowed anywhere near any DIY because I'd probably kill myself, seriously. You know them garden trimmers? I cut them in half and then electrocute myself. My mum's advice comes in here. She always said, if you buy cheap, you'll buy numerous times. So buy and invest in quality. So find a good tradesperson who's going to do it properly the first time, because in that investment, you are increasing the value of your property by doing it correctly. If you do it badly, you could decrease your asset, and therefore that will come back and bite you another.
Robert, this is Robert.
Rob, is this you?
Scenario,
This is me, man. I'm trying to do the skirting myself because we need to save some money.
I hear you, my brother, but if you ain't up on the YouTube demo and you're not confident of your standing ability, because you know what's going to happen? You're going to look at the skirting board every day, and somebody else will look at it every day and be like, what is this?
That's a headache I don't want, to be honest.
You don't want this.
Tim, it's been a pleasure having you on the show this morning. So much fun, a lot of gems as well. Before we let you leave, how do you want your legacy to inspire the next generation?
How I'd like to be remembered is helping others to get to positions that they want to get to. I think I spent a lot of my time dreaming about where I wanted to go and having to find out all of those things to do and not to do by myself. I think in the age of social media, in the age of networking groups and other things, we should be sharing much more information about what works and also what doesn't work. All too often, people get to positions or pinnacles and they look down and say, well, I had to scrape my knee, you have to scrape your knee too. I'm not of that. I'm like, listen, if I'm up here, I'm going to give you the opportunity. Your actions are going to prove whether it was the right decision or not, whether or not you run as hard as you can, whether you don't deliver what you said you're going to do. And you've got the authenticity around believing that you can achieve something. All I have to do is open the door. That's my job. So I want to be known as the guy that left the door open.
Lovely. We love that, man. It's been great chatting to you this morning, Tim. Learned so much, and feel free to come back any other time. There's so much we could talk about.
Don't get me up on skateboards. I can't.
That's all good. One last time. Let's give it up. Tim Campbell, everybody!
God bless.